No one ever suspected James Carson. Not his co-workers, not his friends, not even the woman who once loved him enough to trust him with everything. James looked like the kind of man who had life figured out. Neatly pressed shirts, calm voice, a polite smile that never stayed too long. He worked as a mid-level operations manager at a logistics firm. Not famous, not powerful, but stable, respectable, invisible enough to move through life without questions. And that's exactly how James liked it. Because invisible people could do terrible things and walk away untouched. At least, that's what James believed. Emily Carter used to say James felt safe. That was the word she used when her friends asked why she trusted him so easily. He's calm, she'd say. Grounded, he listens. Emily was a freelance graphic designer. Bright, observant, the kind of woman who noticed tiny inconsistencies, misplaced words, unusual pauses, smiles that didn't reach the eyes. That's why, after 3 years together, she started noticing things about James that didn't add up. It began with small lies. Work ran late, phone battery died, I forgot to mention it. Normal things, harmless things, until they weren't. One night, Emily accidentally opened James's laptop while trying to submit a client invoice. She wasn't snooping, she never felt the need to. But the screen lit up to an open folder. Offshore accounts, final. Her heart skipped. She told herself it was nothing. Maybe work-related, maybe a mistake. Still, something felt off. James had always been careful with money. Too careful, yet recently, he'd upgraded his car. Started wearing expensive watches. Paid cash for a weekend getaway. And when Emily asked where the money came from, James smiled. Bonus, he said. She smiled back, but her stomach tightened. Emily didn't confront him right away. Instead, she watched. She noticed James taking calls late at night and stepping outside. She noticed his sudden irritation when she asked questions. She noticed how quickly he closed apps when she entered the room. Emily wasn't paranoid. She was intuitive, and intuition, when ignored, becomes regret. One afternoon, while James was showering, his phone buzzed on the counter. She didn't touch it. Then it buzzed again, and again. The name on the screen froze her blood. El Rivera. Emily knew that name. Lucia Rivera, a former accountant at James's company, one who'd been fired 6 months earlier for financial misconduct. Emily remembered the day James came home late, visibly shaken. They escorted her out, he'd said. Crazy situation, crazy indeed. Emily waited until James left for work the next morning. Then she opened the laptop. And this time, she looked deeper. What Emily found wasn't just suspicious. It was criminal. Detailed spreadsheets showing diverted funds. Emails coordinating fake vendor invoices. Encrypted transfers to offshore accounts. And James's name was everywhere. But the most chilling file wasn't financial. It was a video recording. Time-stamped. Hidden in a folder labeled Backup. Emily pressed play. Lucia Rivera appeared on screen. Her voice trembled. If anything happens to me, Lucia said, it was James Carson. Emily's hands started shaking. Lucia explained everything, how James had orchestrated the fraud, how he framed her, how she'd threatened to expose him. Then the video ended. Emily collapsed into the chair. Lucia Rivera had died 2 months earlier. Official cause, suicide. Emily felt the room spin. James hadn't just stolen money. He had destroyed lives. Emily didn't sleep that night. She stared at the ceiling, listening to Marcus breathe beside her. Every inhale felt heavy. Every exhale sounded guilty. In the morning, she confronted him. I know about the accounts, she said quietly. James froze. The pause was too long. What accounts? He asked. Emily leaned forward. I saw the files, James. I saw Lucia's video. For the first time in 3 years, James's calm shattered. His face hardened. You shouldn't have looked, he said flatly. Emily's heart dropped. You framed her, Emily whispered. She's dead. James exhaled slowly. She was going to ruin everything, he replied. I did what I had to do. Emily stood up, trembling. I'm going to the police. James laughed. A cold, empty laugh. No, you're not. That night, Emily packed a bag and left while James was at work. Or so she thought. Emily disappeared. She didn't call her parents. Didn't tell her friends. Didn't go to the police. James noticed. And smiled. He deleted files. Wiped devices. Transferred the remaining funds. He believed Emily was scared. Smart girl, he thought. Survival instinct. Weeks passed. No investigation. No arrests. No questions. James felt invincible. Until one Monday morning, his phone started buzzing non-stop. At 9:30 a.m., James received a message from a coworker. Dude, is this you? Attached was a link. A video. Uploaded anonymously to multiple platforms overnight. Title, The Man WHO Framed a Dead Woman. James clicked it. His blood ran cold. The video opened with Lucia Rivera's recording. Then emails, screenshots, bank records. Then, Emily's voice. I stayed quiet because I was afraid, she said. But silence is what men like James depend on. James's face appeared next. Security footage, hotel cameras, voice recordings. The evidence was undeniable. Within hours, the video exploded. Millions of views, news coverage, hashtags trending worldwide, hashtag James Carson exposed, hashtag justice for Lucia. James tried to delete his accounts. Too late. The internet never forgets. Police arrived at James's office by noon. In front of everyone, handcuffs clicked, cameras flashed, co-workers stared. The man who thought he was invisible became unforgettable. That night, James sat alone in a holding cell. For the first time, his mind wasn't calm. It was loud. He replayed every choice, every lie, every moment he believed he was smarter than everyone else. And he realized something far too late. Emily hadn't run. She had planned. Emily watched the arrest from a quiet apartment miles away. Her hands still shook, but her voice didn't. She hadn't gone to the police first. She went to the world. Because truth spreads faster when people listen. And once it does, there's no escape. James thought he got away with it. He thought silence meant victory. But silence is only temporary. The truth waits, and when it comes, it doesn't knock, it goes viral. If this story touched you, share it and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.